Here's a power bar. This is a rather ordinary looking power bar at first glance, but a closer inspection does reveal a rather unusual and intriguing component. The bar has an extremely short lead wire, measuring into only about 16 inches or 400 mil, which can be of benefit or detriment depending on the application. The back of the bar describes it as a relocatable power tap with a model number almost as long as the lead wire, PPCC6318TWIK open parenthesis PS802SP close parenthesis. It claims to have a clamping voltage of 400 volts, which would imply that it's a surge protector, though it doesn't advertise anywhere on the unit that it's a surge protector, nor does it have a protection present indicating light. The maximum allowed load is 15 amps at 120 volts and 60 hertz, though I certainly would not trust this to carry anywhere near 15 amps. According to the UL tag, this was likely sold during the early to mid 2000s. I'm not sure how much longer it was sold after that. The bar cautions that it's for indoor and dry locations use only, which is verbiage I've never seen before. I suppose this would imply that it's able to be used outside as long as it's not the raining. And of course it was made in China. I'm unsure of the OEM of this bar. It seems kind of cheap. It's extremely lightweight. It's very hollow inside. These are not real outlets. I suspect there's just two rails that carry the high and low side that go the entire length of the bar. We'll confirm that once we take a look inside, and I'll explain why I don't like that design. I'm kind of disappointed with the quality though, because some of the other stuff that IKEA sold under their house brand was pretty decent quality. IKEA sold some CFLs under the house brand, and the OEM for many of these CFLs was Mega Man. Mega Man was generally regarded as a good quality OEM. These bulbs tended to last a long time, they had good quality of light, and were very reliable. This one is over 20 years old and still works perfectly fine. IKEA also sold, and still sells to this day, nickel metal hydride rechargeable batteries under the LaDa brand. Kind of sounds like a farm a little bit towards the end. Despite the cartoony appearance, these are very good quality batteries made in Japan. While I have no hard evidence to support this at this time, many people believe that these LaDa batteries come out of the same factory as the Panasonic Eneloop batteries do and are just as good. What I found intriguing about this bar is the switch. This is not a normal on-off rocker style switch. It's rather a lifter. Pushing it off lifts up this white post. Pushing the white post down turns it on. I have never seen another power bar with that design. Let's take a look inside this bar and see how it's built. Here's the inside of the bar. As I suspected, this is a very cheap and cheesy build. You have one MOV, which is all you've got for surge protection. There's no indicator that tells you when that's working or when it's not. Those can be destroyed by surges if you get a strong enough one, and when they're damaged, they tend to just let everything through. So you could be using this bar expecting there to be protection, and there really isn't, and there's no way to tell without the indicator. Here's the switch. I don't know what this little nub is there. Perhaps it's some kind of a thermal protection overload. I would imagine there is some kind of thermal protection in that switch somewhere, though I don't see it from looking on the outside like this. As I expected, there are 3 rails in here that all the prongs of each plug would connect to. I don't like this design because it's encased entirely in plastic. So if any of this heats up, the plastic is just going to melt, deform, or ignite, all of which are things you definitely don't want an electrical apparatus to do. I also find that these tend to not hold the plugs very well because they're not real outlets with a good firm connection on the prong. It's just a very thin and flimsy piece of metal. And I'll pull this out just to show how flimsy it really is. This is not going to hold your prongs very well at all. And when you have a loose connection in an outlet like that, there exists the potential for the plug to heat up under heavy current loads. Unfortunately, this is a very common design for power bars nowadays. The majority of the cheaper models are like this, and I just don't trust them. Now we'll get it put back together and we'll test it out. I will say it's very easy to take apart, but there's not a particular advantage in this case as there's nothing inside of it that's particularly serviceable. Let's plug this into a reputable power bar, such as the Tripolite's ISO bar. And the thing is so lightweight and flimsy it doesn't even sit on the table flat. I'll plug in a bent Gardner outlet tester so we can see if this is working properly. It appears to be. And surprisingly, these outlets are still fitting pretty firm. Looks like each one checks out. I wouldn't consider this a particularly good power bar, and I certainly wouldn't trust it to carry any amount of electricity unattended, but the switch is certainly of an interesting design.